Hi everybody, very welcome to my channel. Today we are doing another recipe, obviously, and this one comes all the way from my childhood. My parents taught me how to make pate. So my father used to do a bit of hunting, so occasionally we would have chicken liver pate, sometimes we would have kudu liver pate or any other venison. So today I'm going to show you how to make it Dukan friendly. In those days we added lots of butter, lots of cream, but today we are going to substitute that by using a cream cheese that's only 7% fat. So I'm going to show you what you need to make this. So we're going to cook off a batch of chicken livers, and then we're going to split the mixture in half, and then half of it I'm going to eat for lunch, and the other half we're going to make pate with. But you can decide if you want to make a large batch of pate, you use the whole mixture. And if you don't want to make pate, then you just eat it like that. So it's also another way to prepare chicken livers. I have another video that's slightly different, but today's one is slightly creamy with a bit of garlic. So let me show you then what we're going to need in a few seconds. Okay, I'll talk you through the ingredients. So 500 grams of chicken livers, as fresh as you can. Then 1 large onion, or medium to large. Then 1 packet of back bacon. Try to have unsmoked and not too much fat. We're going to cut the fat out. Then we're needing a large teaspoon of chopped garlic, a tablespoon of smooth mustard, mild mustard. And if you want, this is optional, a little bit of herbs, and to give it extra flavor. Then to make it nice and creamy, we're going to add some cream cheese. This is 60 grams of cream cheese. And then we're also going to need 1/3 cup of milk, 80 milliliters of milk, just to make it nice and moist. So I'm going to just roughly chop the onion. I'll show you the bacon. Let me show you here. Make sure you remove the visible fat. So we take this away, okay? So this will just be discarded. And in a minute we'll cook this and we'll show you how to do this. So here we are then. I've chopped up the onion, just nice big chunks. It really doesn't need to be small. And then the bacon here, I've tried to remove all the visible fat. Is also nice and chunky, because I'm going to make the pate slightly chunky. So I'm going to start here in the pan. I've put the pan on, and I've just given it a very light greasing of a little bit of oil, because there's still little bits of fat in the bacon. So we're going to just cook off the bacon. You don't need to have any color on it. I'm going to pour over some of these juices here. There we go. So now I'll just push the bacon to the side here, and now next is going to be the onion. Put the onion in. Now I'm not adding any oil here, but you'll find if you just add a little bit of liquid, you can actually fry the onions in liquid rather than oil. It's a little trick that you can learn when you're on Dukan. Okay, so the onions have been cooking a bit. It's looking good. So at this point, I'm going to add a little bit of herbs. You don't need to, but I'm going to put a bit of tarragon in just for a change. You can put parsley in if you don't like the strong tarragon taste. I'm also now going to put that garlic in. Just cook that off a bit, mix it all together. Then I'm going to take this lot out of the pan and do the livers, and then put them back together again. There we go. Smells good. I'll just do this. Okay, so in the same pan, now it's time for the livers. So I've not cut these guys, they're still whole. I have to listen that the pan's hot enough to make a little noise there. I need to be careful because they can actually pop and explode kind of thing, so just watch out, because that could be pretty painful. So I'm going to cook these till they are a little bit colored on the one side. We'll flip them over and we're going to just cook them till they are medium. We don't want to overcook them, but you also don't want them to be oozing with blood. So we're just going to aim for medium. Okay, so it's been 2-3 minutes. Let's see, they're starting to get a bit of color. And there's still a little bit of liquid in the pan, so that's all good. I haven't dried the livers off before I cooked them, but you can, and then you'll find there's a bit less liquid in the pan, so it's just depends. Okay, so now once you've turned them over, what I then do is in the center of the pan, make a little space where I'm going to put our mustard. That goes in there. And then I'm also going to put, this is going to go in now as well, our cream cheese. And at this point, just have your temperature on medium, not much hotter. We're going to add all these lovely onions, garlic. And now, just stir it all together. Also going to add the milk. There we go. So that is just going to create a little sauce. The cream cheese, the milk, a little bit of mustard. So you will have noticed I didn't add any salt. It's because there is already a bit of salt in the mustard. So always look out for that. That if you put mustard in a dish, you might not need to add salt. Okay, so it's looking good. Just going to give the pan a little shake. There we go. So that's probably been cooking about 5 minutes altogether. I'm going to take one of these guys out, see what it's looking like. So what I normally do is I have a look around for the biggest chicken liver in the pan. Might be that one. And then I'm going to just cut it to see where we are. So there we go. It's still pinkish. It's slightly bleeding, but it is the biggest one in the pan. So that in there for a few seconds and it will be slightly more cooked. There we go. So now I'm going to show you, going to weigh out these are done now. So what I'm looking for is around half of this mixture, which is about 300 grams. So make sure you've got livers, you've got onions, you've got bacon there. There we go, that's a little bit over 300. There we go, that's very close. Put a little bit of sauce in there as well. Take one of these guys out. So there we go. You'll see close to 300 grams. And this over here I'm going to just leave to cool now before we blend that for our pate. Then over here in the pan, there is at least 2 portions here that I can see, maybe even 3 portions. So I've just have a little side salad here. And I'm just going to dish up a little bit around here. And that makes a lovely light lunch or dinner. And you can have that with a bit of Dukan bread if you like. A bit of sauce on top. Okay, so these have cooled off now, probably about 10 minutes, something like that. We're going to just put them straight in my little blender here, a food processor. It's just got a little blade there. So I find this quantity is good in here, and that's why I normally make a small amount. Oops, let's make a mess everywhere, that'll be good. Here we go. So make sure you get all the bits of your sauce in there, and we're going to add one item to this. It's just a little bit of cream cheese. So it's 100 grams of the low-fat 7% cream cheese, and I just put that in together with the livers at the same time. Here we go. Now some people add other bits and pieces here, a little splash of vinegar or lemon juice. It's all up to you. There we go. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just pulse it. So I'm not going to make it 100% smooth. So let's have a look. Let's move over here. We need to be a bit closer. Touch this. Here we go. So I'm just going to pulse it till I'm happy with the texture. There we go, so it's a little bit chunky. You can do it a little bit longer if you want. I'll do a couple more seconds. There we go. Okay. So I've prepared 2 little dishes here. It's just a little ramekin. So this is the kind of quantity you're looking at if you use half the amount of chicken livers. So I'm just going to spoon that in, and it will go into the fridge for a couple of hours, or you can have it in there overnight. It just goes slightly firmer, and then when it's ready I will show you what it looks like. It's beautiful and creamy. I think we've made a really good batch here. There we go. Smooth it off a bit. So we'll put that in the fridge and we'll show you what it looks like. Yesterday we made some pate, so we're going to have a look at it today to see what it's like. So let's have a look here. I've just put a wee fresh sprig of celery leaf here, and let's have a look. Over here I've got our everyday Dukan bread. You've got the video on my channel as well. So these I've sliced the normal thickness, and over here I've made Melba toast from the same bread, slicing it a little bit thinner, about half the thickness, and drying it out. So I'm going to show you how to spread it, and we're actually going to see how to spread. So you'll see there might be a slight color difference, discoloration on the top, but don't worry about that, that is natural. So it's really nice and soft and creamy. Show you, it spreads really, really well. So I use this pate sometimes when I have people over, and it's definitely a winner, crowd pleaser, if you wish. So there we go, simple, easy, and delicious. So the recipe made 2 ramekins, but if you used all the chicken livers, you would make about 4 ramekins. So that's quite good if you've got a group of 10, 12 people, even more. And that's the end of our video, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you're going to be making your own pate and impress your friends. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, and remember to hit that notification bell. Give us a like, leave us a little comment, and have a lovely day. Till next time, bye.